This genius right here forgot that it's Canada Day and everything is closed. Good job. I'm having really bad fibromyalgia today, and I thought I would document it because it's something that I don't mention enough, I guess, in this vlog, because I give the impression that there's this like continuous flow of getting stuff done. But part of the reason why this is taking so long is because, and there are many reasons, but part of the reason is because I get really bad fibromyalgia flares. Like it's basically always there, which means that I'm always in pain and I'm always tired. But some days are really, really bad, and today is one of them. Today we're going to try putting in the walls. The first thing that we have to do today, though, is this hole. First, we have to resize this hole, because this hole is just a little bit too small for the shore power plug that I bought. I bought this hole saw. The thing about hole saws is that you need this middle piece that's basically what secures it into the drill and also what secures it onto the piece that you're cutting into. What I'm afraid of is that since there's already a hole, there's nothing really to secure it in place, that it's gonna wobble around and make a big disaster. I bought this mask at the dollar store so that I don't breathe in all the little pieces of metal, but there's these tiny little black things in it all over the place, and I don't really feel like breathing those in, so I'm not going to wear them. Instead, I'll take my chances with the wall. I am going to wear these goggles, though, because they're clearly sexy. I just took the piece out of my other hole saw, and it does not fit in this hole saw because it's too small. So now I have to buy a new one that fits, just to make this one already whole hole a bigger hole. God damn it. Yeah, this is not working. I'll tell you why it's not working. Because this part is way higher. This is a dumb idea. The super genius idea was that this would fit here perfectly. And it is not. What the hell? It's quite terrible. It's quite terrible. I thought that because this was a thinner piece of board that I would be able to cut through it pretty easy with an X-Acto knife. It is not easy. I am really giving it a go over here, and I mean, I'm getting there, but I should probably get a saw. Whatever. So that took way too long. And the rest is going to take about just as long, because I'm not getting any more tools. This side went way faster, and the cut was way better. It's like I know what I'm doing now. Welcome to day 2 of how to build your van with an X-Acto knife. Today we're going to be measuring the walls in order to cut them into sections. So what I want to do, I'm going to have these pieces of wood, which are super long. I think they're about 10-11 inches. And I'm going to screw them in over here all the way around. The idea is that's what I'm going to be securing the bed to. I mean, the bed's also going to be screwed into the metal itself, but the wood should hopefully add extra support. So these panels, I'm going to cut them into sections, and they're going to go under the wood and over the wood and up there. So hopefully I can do the walls with just what I have here, and I won't have to go back for more except to do the ceiling, because I'm pretty sure I won't have enough for the ceiling. If you are wondering why I bought such wide pieces of wood and also thin, because it's like 1 inch by 10 or something, because they were on sale. So I'm doing what I can with them, because all the other wood was ridiculously priced. So I bought a couple of these when I saw them on sale, and I'm like, if the price of wood stays the same, I'm gonna make do with this. And it's kind of the price of wood is really hindering what I could potentially do with the build, but that's okay, because I don't actually have the energy to put into a proper build right now. The idea right now is just to get out of here and then maybe heal and then have more energy to do a proper build. But yeah, wood is just so expensive, so the idea is just to do the cheapest, easiest build I can with the resources I have. So that's what we're doing. Turns out I'm really only going to have enough board to do the 2 main areas. I have marked it off with a pen using measuring tape. It was really not easy. Doing this one person is kind of a pain in the bum. I had to tape the measuring tape to the board. It's really annoying. Anyways, I am not cutting this with an X-Acto knife. I am actually going to get a saw. I don't really have anything to put the board on when I cut it. I just took the wood out. I'm using it as a makeshift rail thingy. And I'm, I don't know, we're gonna see how this goes. This is the saw I'm gonna use, an actual power tool. But I'm worried because this looks kind of dangerous. This blade looks so rusted that I'm a little bit concerned that when I start the saw, it's gonna break apart, fly at me, and kill me. I thought about changing the blade. I was at the store, I looked at the blades, and I thought, not only do I not want to spend money just to cut like 2 boards for 5 minutes, but I don't know how to change the blade, and I really don't feel like learning. Okay, it's plugged in. I'm scared. God, oh God. Well, okay, it seems to work, and yes, I'm going to use both hands. The mailman came by while I was setting it up, and he was a little worried. So I'm doing something a little different. I'm trying to set it up a little differently. This is ridiculous. Okay. I think it's the blade. Off. That did not go well. My super nice neighbor saw me struggling and brought me a saw, his saw, that looks exactly like the one I was trying to use, but that actually works, and he helped me cut the boards, and he left me with a saw, and that was like really nice. It went really quickly, and now I'm just gonna measure the other boards and cut them, and I'm a little bit emotional because I'm like, really, I'm not used to people helping me, and it's hard for me to accept help. I'm gonna measure this board. Well, I'm gonna measure this wall actually, and then I'm going to mark it off the length on this board, and I'm gonna cut it to size so that this board gets screwed into this side, and then the piece that I cut off is gonna go on that side to add a little length. And I think we could just about get to the end, but maybe not quite. Most of the boards are now cut. Now I have to figure out what to do with the last board. I am trying to figure out the size to cut it for the top trim, whatever. The thing is, I'm going to be missing a piece over there, and I'm trying to basically just make the most of the board and make the least amount of cuts to get it done. I'm going with this, even though I feel like this part of the board is going to be a waste. Some of it is going to go here where I'm going to be missing something. All the pieces are cut, you know, for now. I figure whatever other little cuts that I have to do, I can probably handle that with an X-Acto knife. I'm tired and I'm thirsty, and I think I have a heat stroke. I'm going on like maybe 6 hours of sleep last night, if that. I'm done. I am done for the day. I was hoping to screw in the boards today, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Hopefully I can get it done tomorrow. Hopefully I can catch up a little bit on some work, because I really want to get this done this week. I want to be out by the end of the week. Welcome to day 3 of putting up the walls. I just cut this little corner out of the board because this thing was in the way, and now it is not. So I'm gonna screw in this side. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what I'm doing, and honestly, I don't know how people do this, because once the board is up, how am I supposed to see where the ribs are? I think that's probably why people do, like I see a lot of people doing piece by piece. I don't know, my theory. I really don't know. Again, this is a quick job because I don't have time and energy, and building supplies are stupid expensive. Okay, so I'm using self-tapping screws. I got the short ones because I didn't want to accidentally drill into the outside wall at any point, but I'm hoping that they're long enough. I think they should be just long enough, but they might not be. Whoa! That's like the first time I actually ever drilled a screw through this metal. Once again. Okay, so the trick is to meditate while you're screwing it in. You're basically just praying to God that it goes in, and then it does, and then you can't take any credit. It feels like there's something behind this, and oh no. The reason it feels like there's something behind this is because It is too low. I'm glad I did this side before screwing all the rest in, but fuck. Okay. So when you are doing this, push the bottom in as well. Make it flat against the wall because, yeah. Sweet. Okay, that should be good. Now let's go double check the other side. I feel like I don't really need too many screws to do this. And putting a whole bunch of screws would be just a waste of time and energy and screws. So I'll just put one in the middle, maybe the bottom, and we'll move on to the next board. Oh, shit. I think there was a hole already there. Okay. There we go. Okay. These were the other option for a whole saw, but at first I didn't want to get them because they were more expensive. I didn't realize I had to get two pieces, and now it's like almost the same price. But also, they don't come in the right size. They're too small.
Tapping with my finger on the window. You keep pushing me away. I should let go. Messed up, I stare at you and wonder if you had my eyes to see, would you have found her? Would you be a rock if I'm a twister? Or a bed for her to be in while you kiss her? I know it's not just
Normally, when you make a hole with a hole saw, this will grip onto the thing that you're sawing through. Since there's already a hole here, there's nothing to grip onto. And my main concern is that it's gonna just go all over the place. It really sucks that there's already a hole here. It's almost the same size. And I had to get two pieces and make a new hole, do all this just to make it slightly larger. Really annoying. Okay, this is not working. This is a problem. No, this is a... What I'm trying to do right now is take the kill mat off because I think the kill mat is making it harder for the drill basically. So I figure if I take this off around the hole, maybe it'll cut through. I'm afraid to go from the outside because it's just going to screw up the outside of the van when it jostles around. Now that I have the kill mat off, I just tried the drill again, and it's just not working because it's not gripping onto anything. This is a big problem because it's not gonna happen. I have no idea how to make this hole bigger. Even if I had the punch saw, like the one that you put in the hole and it just expands the hole each level of saw, even that in the store, like I showed, it doesn't have the 2-inch ring. It only has up to like 1-inch something. So there wasn't even that to use. Maybe I will just seal this off until the future. Hopefully I will figure something out, at some point. This sucks. That's not good. Putting a smaller piece in for the very simple reason that it was not sealing. If I could see light coming through the cracks, it means there's a gap there. So looks good so far. I think I might just screw in the other boards without filming it, because the filming part is taking up a lot of time every time I have to move the camera and the tripod. I mean, not that much time, but enough time that if I wasn't filming it, I would just like bulldoze through this task. And it's really hot. I have very little energy, so I'm gonna try that. It was definitely a good idea to put up the boards without filming, because not only did it go faster, but I ended up having to use the tripod as it kind of held up the boards when I was doing the upper ones. So it was holding up the boards on one end. Also, there was a lot of swearing involved, so it was a good choice. So this is not working. I'm trying to do the panels on the top, and the holes were there in the first place from the previous owners. These little divots are the holes that I've been trying to make, and it's just not working. I don't know. I'm gonna try pre-drilling holes with it, a drill bit. Let's see what that does. Okay, I drilled a hole with the drill bit. This is the hole. Went in like butter. It was great. Then I put the board back up, and so what I did was I drilled through one of the divots, thinking it would match up with one of the screw holes that I'd already drilled. But then when I put the board back up, I realized that it wasn't lining up here on this end. And I flipped it over, and when I flipped it over, it did. So I was gonna drill new holes while it was flipped over. And so I drilled through the board, and my drill bit snapped right off. Basically, things are not going very well anymore. I'm going to take a break and think about this.